It's week 3 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the...
We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. Starting from the 5. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Throw left side, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, Kate. They say that football is cyclical. Well, I sure hope we see the fullback come back. There's just something about that guy. Something about that position. And he just showed you right there, going to get you a first down. They can be difference makers, too.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes the hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. This one taken in by Kraft.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Now, as we get a chance to look at their picks from this year's draft, Brock, we see a lot of names that are set up to help this team, both this year as rookies and down the line as well.
Yeah, you really see the 2 draft strategies combined here, right? Best player available in drafting for needs. Some people will like one, some like the other. Personally, I think it's best when you add both to a class like they did. Some of these guys we're going to see right away, and others, well, they're going to have to develop to add some depth and serious talent down the road.
That's caught for the first. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal. Tracy has the New York touchdown. The Giants finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, but getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. Xavier Gibson now to return. And he's going to be out of bounds with some outstanding field position right at midfield. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And leading the way is their fourth-year QB.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with a loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Ferguson's got it, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the burst over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Akers. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Let's go. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Akers. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
Akers can't bypass that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They go to Akers again. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Cowboys finish up their opening drive. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys start off well to tie things 7-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants taking the field for their 2nd possession. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He's just going to get
resistance offered against the rush that came off the line, ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. It's Tracy on the carry. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate it. So much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No look on his first look of the game, and they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go, set.
They send a man in motion. Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 18 at the 29-yard line.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams.
To 7.
Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They have second down behind the sticks. Pass complete, 2-2 Atwell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and it'll be first down, Dallas. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Oh, what a hit! Stars the ball loose! No turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
The give inside to Akers. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Ward that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6. Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Giants football. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already, this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. They're on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They're set up at the 35 now. On play action now, McCarthy. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. They stop by Damone Clark. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarring loose, incomplete.
As defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. A lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. McCarthy to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this 1st half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to begin the drive. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here.
Come on, set! Cowboy 80! Go!
To the air now on 1st and 10. It's taken in by Lamb. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing off the play fake here. Trying for the deep ball. They're on it. That's intercepted. Picked off Kendall Fuller. And the Giants will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go!
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And they make the stop, I'm going to say at about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Catch made, Tyler Tracy. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Hits him on the out route. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Back to the air, McCarthy. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's McCarthy to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a 1st down. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. It's the Giants looking at 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has it in close. And in. Touchdown, New York. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Group B to trot the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7.
Cowboys 7.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Gibson now to return. And he's out of bounds. This is a great start for them already on their opponent's side of the field. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession.
60 Bobcat! Ready?
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. The disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
first. It's second down.
Let's go. Ready?
Here's Akers up the middle. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Check go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again.
It's week 3 of the 2028 season, and we've got the latest chapter of it.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. You look at this Cowboy defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Throwing is McCarthy. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding into 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. The Cowboys at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
You talk about this giant defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Flushed out right, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. McCarthy off the play fake. That's going to be caught by Rivers. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To the air with McCarthy. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The point after, good by Groupie. And the lead grows to 10-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Call that an 84-yard kick return. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it as we resume action. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and 5. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will knot us up at 10. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, it's Lloyd. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. On offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Akers. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could. But let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And gets fielded at the 34. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll drop to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Second time in this first half now, Charles, that he's coughed up the football.
And both times I think they were in spots where he's got to think about covering that football. He's got to revert to his fundamentals in those practice drills where they carry it through traffic. He's not out in the open field where he can swing it a little bit, cover it up, and take care of it.
Come on, set!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. On play action, McCarthy. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. A final shot before break. McCarthy. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out. No break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. He goes 86 yards on the kick return. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's McCarthy. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll hand it to Tracy, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
3rd down, here's Tracy. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive.
Let's go. Head to 60. Head to 60. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw to the right, caught by Okakwo. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it...
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. They give up the middle to Akers. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Throwing is McCarthy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Damone Clark coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. They'll run on first down with Akers. Down inside the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. On play action, they'll throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. They'll set up to throw. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. McCarthy. He finds his man, and oh my goodness, he loses it again. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big fourth down call.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They'll look to throw here. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he stays up. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the fourth. This is 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To the air with McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Logan Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Cockrell holds it in left side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Kent. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A short one there taken in. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 5. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. It's the fullback. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
On the set. Here we go, set. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Smash, smash.
Now a give. Akers running left. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff, but this is going to go the other way. A reverse. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Let's go. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back. This is 1st and 10. He's back to throw. That's going to be caught by Rivers. Now 2nd down and a few inches. Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Here's 1st down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and 2nd down. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
He'll look to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. That is caught, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
From the 17, they work on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
That is incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive. The bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it all.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play. And they got it right there, partner.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the